Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So we have some really good fights this weekend. Terrence Crawford will be taking on Hammer and Hank Lundy. You have Carl Frampton versus Scott Quigg all going down this Saturday or this weekend. Now there's another fight that Terrence Crawford is already talking about, and that is a fight with Victor Postol. Because Terrence Crawford just recently said he would like Victor Postol to be his next fight, possibly in June. Now, we already know there's other talks of Manny Pacquiao possibly being Terrence Crawford's next opponent if Manny Pacquiao sticks around. And I believe unless Manny Pacquiao gets knocked out cold and Bradley shocks the world, I believe Manny Pacquiao will stick around. Matter of fact, win, lose, or draw, I believe he'll stick around. Well, it depends on how bad the loss would be. But if Manny Pacquiao wins that fight, which I know the majority of you guys believe he will, I don't think that he will retire. And if he doesn't retire, that's the fight that Bob Arum wants to make next. That's the fight that all the fans want to see next. Terrence Crawford versus Manny Pacquiao would be a huge fight, especially with Terrence Crawford's star power continuously growing. But of course, with all this being said, Terrence Crawford, he has to get past his opponent this weekend, which is Hank Lundy. And that should be at least a competitive fight for as long as it lasts. I truly believe it will be competitive. It should be a good fight. Hank Lundy is going to give Crawford different types of looks, the slickness and everything. It'll be a very intriguing fight. But going back to Victor Postol, Terrence Crawford is a true champion. And when it comes to him calling out Victor Postol, believe it or not, Terrence Crawford is doing Victor Postol a huge favor. Matter of fact, you can almost say he's saving Victor Postol. The reason why I say that is because Top Rank's promoter, Bob Arum, he just recently said that HBO, and he was frustrated about it, he said that HBO has no dates for Lomachenko and Victor Postol. Yeah, Bob was a little, heated about it, and he started saying, does HBO not remember the knockout that Lucas Matisse just suffered from Victor Postol? Which is an excellent point. It doesn't make sense. Victor Postol, he goes on HBO and he knocks out one of the better names on the network, and they act like they don't even know him. So Bob Arum was pretty pissed about that. Team Postol, they were pretty pissed about that. Now, this is where Terrence Crawford comes in. Terrence Crawford, he calls out a Victor Postol. He automatically gets Victor Postol that invitation that HBO wasn't giving him, right? Now, if Terrence Crawford was like, that Victor Postol, he looked too dangerous. I don't want to mess with him. If he was trying to play those type of games, all Terrence Crawford had to do was keep his mouth shut, not even mention that guy, and pray that HBO, they keep giving him the short end of the stick. Or Terrence, he could have did what some of these fighters today are doing, waiting until opponent gets older or waiting until the opponent loses or something like that. No. Terrence Crawford, he wants this guy right now while he's young, undefeated, and has momentum. And same thing goes for Victor Postol. Victor Postol, he's been wanting Terrence Crawford since he beat Lucas Matisse. So I expect to see a really big year for Terrence Crawford, guys, because right now, Terrence Crawford, assuming he gets past Hank Lundy, we're looking at either Crawford-Pacquiao or Crawford versus Postol. And both of those fights are huge fights. A win over either one of those fighters would catapult Crawford's career into top 3 pound-for-pound status, no doubt about it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing some more good work, some more good fights with Terrence Crawford. It's going down this weekend. I look forward to watching it. It's always a pleasure to watch Terrence Crawford perform, him switching back from lefty to righty, him fighting on the inside, him fighting on the outside. You just never know what Terrence Crawford is going to give you. So I'll be watching that fight this weekend. I have a guy out there covering it for me, and that's pretty much all I got to say. I'm on to the next one.